Jan Lusty, the head school at the Knoll Hill School, says pretty much without exception, our students hate writing. Yet the learning tools transformed the writing for their pupils, and I'm going to show you an example of how that happens. This is an example of my son's work. So when he was in 7th grade, we've got on the left an example of a one-page story he was asked to write, and an example on the right of what he did utilizing the learning tools we have for writing in Word. So on the left here, obviously you can see that writing is a very laborious task for him. The actual mechanics of writing he struggles deeply with, but then in addition to that, with his dysgraphia, he struggles with the sequencing of information, being able to provide richness of text, punctuating, all of that stuff. And as time goes by, it doesn't produce better results. So actually it looks like the best he did was up at the top of this paper, and then it just gets so much more difficult, and he struggles for so long that he starts to kind of give up. The example on the left took 50 minutes, 50, of his class time to complete. While on the right, when I enabled him with the tools that we have built into Word, it took him 12 minutes, start to finish, and it is way more indicative of his thought process, his ability to understand what the teacher was asking him to do. And obviously we can read it, but just look at the sentence structure there. I mean, he really did write a beautiful story. So I'm going to go ahead and move from PowerPoint to show you how these things were possible. So we're going to go ahead and go into Word. And I'm going to use the desktop version of Word. There's both the desktop version and an online version, so you have your choice of which to use depending on your device or simply preference. Okay, so we should be looking at a Word document. This is just a sample editor demo. First up, I'm going to show you the tools that enabled my son to more effectively write. And I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this sentence. So up here, under our Home tab, off to the right, we have dictation. And this is built in now. You don't have to download it, it just exists. And if you'll notice the little arrow at the bottom here, we can check the language that we're dictating in.